Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, as always, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, 256-234-6221, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Auburn coming off another loss to Mississippi State, this time in overtime in Starkville. Although the game did have certainly a different feel to it. Auburn, I don't know as they could have played any harder than they did. They fell behind early. It looked like maybe it was going to be a really ugly game, but Auburn continued to battle back. They continued to stay in the game. The defense made play after play and kept them in the game, gave them the offense several opportunities on a short field. They were able to capitalize on that. I got to admit, when Auburn scored with a minute to play, I thought this may be kind of the storybook ending. And if it had been a Hollywood movie, Auburn would have won the game. Mm-hmm. But that is not reality. Yeah. And, obviously you give Mississippi State the ball at midfield, and they go down and kick a field goal to tie it, and gets into overtime, and it is what it is. But nonetheless, Carnell Williams makes his head coaching debut as the interim Auburn head coach. I don't know what else to say other than I was extremely impressed. I don't know, with everything that they had to deal with during the week, it certainly wasn't a normal week to try to prep for an SEC team on the road, but I thought he handled it about as well as he could have. The team looked different. They did look like they had a little bit more fire, a little bit more passion than they have had in a while. And to watch his demeanor and his presence on the sideline was, in a word, refreshing.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
So I will cede the floor to you and give you your thoughts on the game and overall the overall presence of Auburn football there.
Andy, I'm gonna try to say this without getting emotional. I was so proud of Carnell Williams. He even owned up to some decisions of his during the game, and you and I both agree if we'd kick that field goal, who knows? You got a kickoff from Mississippi State that unbelievably bounces off of an Auburn player. If that ball goes anywhere else, we win the football game, I believe. But I'm so proud of what those guys did. He talked about the not being able to game plan, but I've got some notes here. We saw some new things.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively Saturday. What that staff did this week, if you could do a reality show on that week in Auburn football, it would be a bestseller all over the world. It's unbelievable what those guys accomplished. I'm proud of Will Friend. I'm proud of Coach Hilliard. Schmedding called a great game. The new guys that stepped into roles, and the players. You just can't say enough about what the effort Saturday. Who's JD? Is it Rim or Rhyme?
I think it's Rim.
Okay, JD Rim, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
Guys we hadn't seen a whole lot of stepping in. Barton Lester.
Jeffrey Imba.
Barton Lester. Montgomery Academy kid. Unbelievable.
Made some plays.
Well, Andy,
Caleb Wooden. We have not seen him play much this
absolutely.
year. I think he had 4 or 5 tackles.
Okay, why? Forget that. That's over. We line up in the I formation, throw a toss sweep, and if they add the boot off of that with Ashford and drag a tight end, I'm going to get chill bumps because that's my old playbook right there. Wildcat with Tank, and the quarterback power play with Robbie, where we pull the slot guy and the tackle. Beautiful blocking on that touchdown. They ran that several times for positive yardage. Defensively, we saw some guys move around some different places. We saw some new faces make plays. Jeremiah Wright, and he killed 2 drives.
Yeah.
However, I ain't mad at him because when have we seen an offensive lineman this year with that type of grit, fire, and coming out of his rear end? I mean, he is a breath of fresh air to an offensive line that has been less than pedestrian. So I ain't mad at him. They'll correct that this week, get him a little under control. I mean, he pancaked the guy.
Like you said, Auburn had something going, and
Twice.
he just he clearly after the play just runs the guy off and is happy about it.
Oh,
and he's
fired up.
all fired up. I mean, I'm sitting there going, "What are you doing?" but the way that the way that Williams handled it.
Yep.
To bring him over there, and he didn't look. I mean, it's not like he sat him down for the rest of the game.
Put his arm around him.
He said, "Look, you cannot do this in this type of situation."
Yep.
And he, for a guy that has not played all that much this year on the offensive line, but he is a guy that is. I mean, he is a guy that will get after it, and that's something you absolutely need on the offensive line.
Absolutely.
So I'm like you. It was a bad play. Answer me this though. I don't know if I just kind of blacked out or I was just so disgusted I may have. But what was the personal foul on the kickoff that put them at the 50-yard line?
I don't know.
I mean,
I have no idea.
I don't think I ever saw it. You didn't either?
I didn't either. And even on one
Please,
of our –
somebody tell me. What was the personal
I don't know
foul?
what that was. And the offense, Jordan Palmer even said, I don't think he flinched his left finger. We had one of those calls that hurt us. The blindside block, Andy, was atrocious.
That was terrible.
That lineman was moving toward Jeremiah Wright. And he just made it. Oh, that's a football play. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Cole Kublik said. If they're going to start calling that, these games are going to last an extra hour. It happens on every play. Andy, there's some other stuff that I saw real quick. Get rid of these notes so we can get back to. I saw some push from the offensive line, better blocking efforts. I'll give you a case in point. All year long, we've been running that play with the running back with the backside tight end pulls all the way across the line, okay? And half the time, tight end hadn't even gotten there. Saturday night, Luke Deal pulled, got there, sealed their outside defensive end so that Jarquez Hunter could bump and score that last touchdown. Mm-hmm. We hadn't seen that. That's the extra effort that I saw on the blocking. And the only other thing that I want to talk about real quick is Anders Carlson. You remember back in the day when he used to put every kickoff in the back of the end zone.
Yep.
They're returning all of our kickoffs now, and he's still missing field goals. I just don't think he's 100%, and I'm wondering why we hadn't seen Mr. McPherson yet. Just give him a shot.
If nothing else, I mean, the kid's supposed to have a super strong leg.
Yeah.
If nothing else, just kick the ball off.
Right.
I mean, he hadn't played in any games.
No.
He could play in 4 games.
Right.
Just kick the ball in the end zone.
Yeah.
Maybe he can't kick it in the end zone. Maybe that's why we haven't seen him. But
well,
at
he's
this
kicking
point,
60-yard field goals in high school. But Andy, our kick coverage was poor Saturday night. You know, they got
we got out of our lane.
They got long returns. Yeah, and that one, God, that one cost us. But there again, if we kick it out of the end zone, they can't return it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look, if you score with a minute to play, 1:05 to play, you have got to make Mississippi State drive 80 yards or 75 yards to kick a game-winning, to kick a tying field goal or score a touchdown.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, you cannot give them the ball at the 50-yard line. That was absolutely killer.
Yeah.
That was in hindsight. I wish we would have kicked the field goal on 4th and 5.
Yep.
At the goal, I mean 4th and goal at the 5. I wish we would have just get the extra point to make it 24-13. I don't mind going for it early on 4th down at our 30-yard line with 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I don't even mind the play.
Yeah.
The play would have worked. If we miss a block, shocker.
Yeah.
That we can't execute a block and, to get 1 yard. But on that play, I'm also – why don't we just spread somebody out and run? Jarquez Hunter can get a yard.
Yeah.
So just spread everybody out, and just run the play. I would have.
We did that on the other one, Andy. And I'm going to say Brent Bedsoe, my good friend Brent Bedsoe, who's coached at South Alabama. He's been on high school level at Spanish. He's our high school pro liaison. He's the guy on the sidelines with the big binder.
Okay.
That you see. That's Brent. And those are the tendencies. That's the Bible of what we need to do in whatever situation. And they've said, he mouthed it and said, if we don't get this one going forward on 4th down, that's the one that we got.
Okay.
So, but God, this coaching staff, just what they did this week. We wanted to win the game. Bet you we win Saturday.
We'll see.
Be crazy Saturday.
I bet it'll be a good crowd, and I would bet that it will be a lively crowd Saturday, and they'll probably need it.
Absolutely.
All right, we'd love to hear from you, 256-234-6221, or you can dial us up the Sportz Blitz Facebook page at Sports with a Z and comment away. More to come on this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls, LLC.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe. wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours. Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
Concrete Basement and Walls LLC, 205-229-0234. Call owner Eric McKenzie now to get your free quote now. 205-229-0234. Concrete Basement and Walls LLC.
No monthly payments until springtime at Glenn Smith in Opelika. How about a brand new Chevrolet Buick or GMC with no payments till springtime? New Chevy Equinox as low as $359 a month. New Buick Enclaves up to $4,000 off. New GMC Terrains up to $5,000 off.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way at Glenn Smith in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do It Center. They got 10 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do It Center today. They got a little bit of everything there. You'll be glad that you did. David, it was kind of a wild weekend all the way around. I would dare say it was historic. I feel pretty confident in saying never has Auburn, Alabama, and UAB all lost in overtime on the same day.
That's right.
But
yeah,
we got a lot of comments coming through. I want to get to some of those. But look, I keep saying who I've said all along, and James has agreed with me. Terry, I think, has agreed with me as well, which – get James and Terry on the same page, man, you've done something.
Historic.
Hugh Freeze. The dude can flat out coach, man.
Yeah. Liberty, I mean, come on.
Liberty goes into Arkansas and
did something we couldn't do at home.
Yeah. So I think he's a really good coach. I think he needs to get some major consideration.
Yeah.
As Auburn's next head football coach, and I think he'd be I think Deion Sanders might be the best value, but I think Hugh Freeze may be the safest pick for the money.
Did you see his quote, Andy?
I think he's as good a coach as Lane Kiffin, and you could get him for about $4 million less.
Yeah, that's right.
But go ahead.
Did you see Hugh Freeze's quote?
I did not.
About Auburn.
No.
He said, "I don't know if they want me or not." He said, "But all I can tell you is this. With the culture that we have, we turn programs quickly, and we can do it anywhere." That's what Hugh Freeze said. So, and look, I say this again. I know it's exciting. Deion ain't coming, okay? Can we move on from that? Deion is not coming to Auburn. I
wouldn't say that. Every
I don't
time
believe
somebody
that.
says an absolute something.
All right, well, I'll apologize later, but I'm telling you that ain't going to happen. But, you keep hearing Matt Rule, get out of here with that. Steele, I think, is off the board now. Hopefully Rule's off the board too. I don't know. We can talk about all that in another show. But, yeah, that was impressive, and the Georgia thing.
Stomping a mud hole in Tennessee.
Good gosh.
Yeah.
And I'm not tooting my own horn, but I predicted that. I said they're going to go into Athens, and Georgia's going to hit them right in the mouth. That's exactly what they did.
They were overwhelmed by the moment, but more importantly, they were overwhelmed by a better team.
Yes, they were. And Andy, to throw on top of that, you and I know this well, my wife and I have this discussion all the time. She doesn't understand the home and away factor. I said, honey, you got to understand something. When you're in somebody else's stadium, you've been in Jordan-Hare. It's hard to win in that place. And Tennessee walked into a bulldog trap, what they did. And, you know, Terry's famous for talking about Stetson Bennett couldn't sack grocers at Publix. Shoot, give me a break. He's 23-3 with one national championship and maybe a second one.
I think the road just got paved for a second.
He was masterful Saturday.
Now that's not a guarantee, but yeah, he's
he's
good and good.
He's tough.
Yeah,
he's
smart. He's not, you know, a Heisman candidate, but he is a good college quarterback.
Yeah, well, yeah. If you're a numbers guy, you can't argue with the numbers. No. I mean, you just can't. But
and then there's what happened in Baton Rouge.
Ooh, yeah, and it's hilarious because, you know, we've sat back as Auburn fans and watched this little magic kingdom that they built with Saban. You know, they caught lightning in a bottle with Nick Saban. Let's just be honest, okay? But to see the comments that I've seen.
That storm's been raging for a while.
Yes, it has. But to see the comments, Andy, that I've seen on social media, they're just like everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, human nature is human nature. Nick's too old. We need a sports psychologist for Bryce Young. Fire the offensive and defensive coordinators. They're just like everybody else. They've just been on a great winning streak, and now they're frustrated. Look, y'all have lost 2 games by 1 play each.
Yeah. Would you think about this, though? And I was talking to a friend of mine this weekend. And somebody will say, you know, Alabama is just a few plays away from being 9-0.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're a few plays away from being 5-4.
That's exactly right. Texas.
I mean, can you imagine?
Was it A&M?
They are a few plays away from being 5-4.
Yeah.
So that's kind of unthinkable.
The world would be off its axis.
It just goes to show. I mean, they're just not as good as they have been in the past. That is very evident. You know, you can boil it down to what it is. I don't know, but
well,
after this long, you're going to see. I mean, look, Saban's 70 years old.
Yeah,
I think there is something to that. Yeah. I mean, his age being part of it, but. It's different players. It's different coordinators. It's just and I think this says as much about Brian Kelly and LSU as it does about Alabama.
Yeah.
That Brian Kelly has gotten them in a very short amount of time playing disciplined football at LSU, and whoever thought you'd see that this year?
Yeah.
After that, you know, after the first couple of games. So
I must apologize.
I'm telling you, he's a good coach. And LSU may be a problem for us all before it's all said and done.
Yeah, that's right.
And it may happen pretty quickly here. Let's go to the phone line. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hold on. Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Morris.
Okay. Which one am I? I had to mute my TV. Who am I talking to? Is it Sandy?
Andy and David.
This is Andy. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys. I was listening to that, and I know there's a delay, and y'all was talking about what I wanted to say. Of course, I'm an Alabama guy, but I don't consider myself a hater, and much less a bunch of kids, because y'all's kids are just as important as anybody else's kid. And that's just my philosophy, so I'm not trying to, you know, blow your skirt up or nothing. I'm just telling you that I've been kind of, every time I get a chance, watching y'all this year, and I'm not at all shocked, and I couldn't watch the whole game, you know, because I had another one I was watching. But I was going on commercials, and then at the end I got caught a good bit of it. And I got to tell you, y'all's players was playing. And that's what I was going to throw out to you, and I want to hang up and let y'all comment where I can hear you. But and I've said this for a long time, you can have the best players in the world. And I'm going to say, and I'm not complaining about Alabama losing, I just soon lose. Actually, I'd rather lost to who they lost to than to get in a SEC game against Georgia and lose them. That's just my own opinion. So I'm fine with the loss. I don't have no problem with that. But there's something been going on with Alabama all year, similar to what goes on at Auburn, except we had all the talent and shit, but we just barely been winning games. And y'all, now this is my thought as an outsider looking in from the very beginning, it's plain for me to see there was no coaching going on, because y'all's players are better than what the record is, if that makes sense to you. And I know this from years ago, I used to say it, that, you know, there's not all that much that really separates, say, a 3-star from a 5-star. I mean, there's some, but you know, you get a kid's mind right, and I'm somebody that's an underachiever all my life, and I've overachieved. So I know if you get your mind right, you can do something that maybe you shouldn't do. But I'm not saying that Auburn would have been a national championship. But I'll say this, I think this Alabama-Auburn game would have really meant something this year. And, you know, as it is, it'll mean something for us, you know, as far as bragging rights, but other than that. But anyway, I may be rambling a little, but I think y'all kind of catching on what I'm saying, that I will agree that these kids had the potential to be better. And that's what I hated for the kids, that they went all year losing games that they might have could have won. So I'll hang up, and you guys, I enjoy listening to you, and y'all have a great day.
Appreciate it, Morris. Thank you. Got to go to break. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Just to piggyback off what Morris was saying, I think that you did see a lot more fight, especially from the defense. You saw, we caused 3 turnovers. First time we've done that.
Yes.
You saw different guys, like you said, on the defensive line making plays. It just seemed the different guys at linebacker getting an opportunity to get in there and make plays. It was just a completely different kind of attitude. It was really good and refreshing to see. Would the record have been different this year under different leadership? I mean, it's impossible to say, really, but yes.
But Saturday would give you that indication.
It would give you that indication for sure. All right, let's go back to the phone line. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Yeah, hey, guys. I just wanted to make a couple of comments and a question. I watched the playback show yesterday morning with Carnell, and I tell you what, he is just a class act. And, if anything went wrong, he took responsibility. And to watch him, he is so animated on the sidelines. You just can't help but be so excited for both he and the players. And, I just love watching him. But I also got a question for y'all. What's going on with T.J. Finley? I know he hasn't been playing. I know he was hurt at one time. But it's like he just dropped off the radar, and nobody's even talking about him. I'll hang up and listen to your comments. Thanks.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Lyles.
Thanks, Lyles.
He's
on a mental health break.
Yeah. First of all, Carnell Williams.
Yeah.
Absolutely top-notch, first-class human being. Oozes loving Auburn. Yeah. Everything about him. We said this. I think we were talking. Was it me and you were talking about this last week, or is it me and Brett? When guys actually, when the guys get it, when a guy like Carnell, has an opportunity, gets a scholarship, comes to Auburn, and goes through and has challenges that he had with the injuries and stuff, but graduates and then goes on and has a career in the NFL. It doesn't last as long as we'd all like, but injuries again, but has a very good career. Comes back and he just so appreciative of what Auburn has given him and given him the opportunities he's had in his life.
Yeah.
Met his wife at Auburn, has his has his family now, and cherishes that. And you can say, everything that he does. Now, is he perfect? Absolutely not. Well, I'm sure he makes mistakes all the time, but you can tell he just has a great appreciation for Auburn, and that is what you see on the sideline, and that's what you see him. I just want to try to help. He knows he's not going to be the head coach that Auburn's going to hire, and that's fine. But this is his moment.
Yeah,
these are his games, and he's going to do the best he can. And to your point, Lyles, it got to be a point there with Brian Harsin where it was like, if the players would execute, the coaches are doing everything they can. The players are just screwing it up. It's basically what every press conference turned into.
Yeah.
And that was kind of beginning to get a little sickening.
Yeah.
It's nice and it's, refreshing to see a guy get up there and say, I'll take the blame for this. And kind of, whether it's his fault or not, we all know. But I agree, and I echo 1,000 times everything Lyle said. Now to the question. T.J. Finley.
Well, let me piggyback off that first. That's why I literally got emotional at the beginning of the show, because Carnell Williams is the real deal.
Sure.
That's all I'm going to say. We heard rumors last week that Finley was going to jump in the portal.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's on a mental health break, whatever the heck that means. Now, look, I know people that are in that field. I'm not knocking mental health problems. They're real all over our country. But you can't travel with your team. Are you that distraught that you just got to stay in Auburn? So, in my opinion, Andy, he just kind of opting out. And
Look,
I don't think we'll see him again.
It was reported that T.J. Finley's mom and dad, especially his mother, were very upset that he was not playing, and that she was very vocal to Rich McGlynn when they had this. I think they had a meeting with the parents saying that Harsin was not going to be the coach anymore. That she, and I get that, again, this is reported. It's not coming from me. This is coming from beat writers. But that she was very vocal that she wanted the players and the players' parents to be very up to date with the coaching search. She wanted them to be informed with every move. And Rich McGlynn said that's not going to happen. Of
course not.
And so you haven't seen T.J. Finley, and he did not make the trip to Mississippi State. And I'm not sure you'll see him on the sideline Saturday.
He's done,
I don't think T.J. Finley is going to be a part of this team anymore. I might be wrong. He might be back, but I think that's where T.J. is.
Well,
he's on a moped somewhere.
Yeah. Well,
without a helmet.
When Dad gets on a podcast with an Auburn guy, and I know that Auburn guy's a good guy. I think he's a friend of Brett's. But that was insane to have a player's parent on your podcast who literally used that platform to, in a roundabout way, throw the program under the bus. That tells you all you need to know about that situation with those folks. Moving on.
Got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz. Take some of your comments when we come back right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need three things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
2 nights, 1 weekend at ATL Live. Friday, November 11th, his first concert ever at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Billy Joel. With Lionel Richie and Sheryl Crow. And Saturday, November 12th, 8-time Grammy winner Chris Stapleton with Miranda Lambert, Dwight Yoakam, and more. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss ATL Live, powered by Ticketmaster.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 20 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Appreciate all the calls, all of you out there that, saw this game Saturday. I know Wes, called in and said he was probably going to be there Saturday. He made a comment here. We'll get to that. Ty says, why did Carlson kick it deep on his kickoffs? His kickoffs were short all night. I don't think he can kick it deep anymore. You saw, even on his kickoffs, he would kick 45-yard field goal, and, it would be good from 60. Mm-hmm. Now it's barely crossing the crossbar at about 45, 46, 47 yards. So I just don't think his plant leg is right. That big brace on it, he's not the same guy. Not that he was ever, really, really consistent, but he just does not have the power to kick it deep anymore. I totally agree. That's why McPherson, I don't understand why we're not at least giving him a shot to kick off to see what he can do. But anyway, Ty, they see him in practice. Ashford showed some leadership when he lit up right on that penalty. He did get in his face pretty good. I thought that was probably needed. Ty says it was a face mask on that kickoff. That was the personal foul that gave him the ball at the 50-yard line. I didn't see it. I never saw the replay. I'm sure that was probably an accurate call. Jerry says other bad calls, the pass interference on Auburn late in the game and the non-running into the kicker on the field goal attempt in overtime. Not sure how that did not happen because he ran into Carlson pretty good. That was clearly running into the kicker. It wasn't roughing. I could see that. But he should have got a second chance at it. Not that would have won the game. They still would have scored a touchdown and won, But
Andy, I disagree about the pass interference. He wasn't playing the ball.
You don't think J.D. Rim was?
I think it was pass interference.
That dude's going to be a player, though.
Yeah.
He is and that's one of those. I think he was one of those guys that Trevon Reed got on really, really late, and ended up kind of salvaging the class last year.
Yeah.
But I think he's definitely going to be a player.
But have we heard his name called all season yet, Andy?
Not much.
Yeah.
Jerry, also your defending regular season SEC champions return to the hardwood tonight. About that time. Auburn basketball, George Mason tonight, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I think it's SEC Network Plus, so you can stream it if you want to. We'll talk a little bit about George Mason when we come back in the last break. But get some more of these. After Saturday, I think I'm on the Brother Hugh train. Dude can flat out coach, wants to be at Auburn, has proven success in the SEC, recruiting and coaching, and he should be pretty affordable. I think me and Jerry on the same wavelength here.
I think you are.
Wes says, good afternoon, gentlemen. We snuck out a W, but let me tell you, Cadillac did a fantastic job. Watched him all night. He did a fantastic job on Saturday night. He brought energy. These guys rallied around him, very impressed. Auburn family alumni had a fresh air. He will not be the next head coach, but I was truly impressed by him. Love you guys always. John Dent, you don't have that kickoff play that you can replay, do you? The one that bounced off AU. It was at that moment. I mean, I don't think the guy did it on purpose. I think you just kick it as hard as you can. They was trying to squib it. But it was at that moment that I thought, we're not going to win this game.
Yeah.
We're just not going to win this game.
You give Will Rogers the ball
They did not go down. I mean, even though they didn't go down and score, they missed the field goal.
Yeah.
I still thought something like that happens. It just may not be our night.
Yeah.
But
and how about the three attempts? Cornell calls the two. You're praying. Oh, he's got to miss one of them.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind calling timeout, but the waiting until a millisecond before they snap the ball, I'm just not a big fan of that. But nonetheless, it didn't. You give the kid credit. He made it when he had to make it. Ty says Auburn Western Kentucky kick will be 3:00 on the SEC network. So looking forward to that the week after the Texas A&M game, which will be at 6:00, and it's supposed to be, I think, in the 30s.
34 is the high Saturday night, Andy.
The low or the high?
The high. I say the high, the low.
Yeah, I hope it's the low.
So by kickoff, it's going to be high 30s.
Yeah.
In Auburn. I got my new Auburn jacket that we bought.
Break out my toboggan.
Yeah, you'll have your toboggan on for sure.
I think Auburn's next head coach will be Freeze or Kiffin. I predict Bo Nix will be in New York for the Heisman ceremonies. I hope he is, Ty. I really do. I'd love to see him win the thing. I don't think he will, but I think an invitation to New York is certainly on the table at this point. Jerry says, Jerry just kind of re-echoing what I said. Is Zach Etheridge okay? I think he pulled a hammy.
I thought that was Kendall Simmons. Is that Zach Etheridge?
Yeah, that was Zach Etheridge that kind of pulled a hammy.
And then the official had to come over and pat him on the back and say, hey, man, you got to stay on this side of the line here. He almost trucked the ref, but that was hilarious.
It was. And it was a good timeout because we were not in good position.
We only had 10 on the field.
Of course, they ended up making the fourth down anyway. Still. That's neither here nor there. We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday, right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Auburn and George Mason tonight at Neville Arena, 7 o'clock, SEC Network Plus. This George Mason team, 14-16 last year, 7-9 in the A10. But this team went on the road and defeated Maryland, 71-66. They went to Athens at Stegman Coliseum and beat Georgia, 80-67. They went to Allen Fieldhouse and played the pants off Kansas and ended up losing 76-67. So now, I mean, you know, they're not a great team, but they're a team not to be trifled with.
I should have done some research, Andy, on their personnel, but I didn't. I am going to be fortunate to be in there tonight. I can't wait for the opener. But, hey, if we don't shoot the ball any better than we did against UAH, this thing will be nip and tuck.
Could be.
So
let's try to get one more phone call before we go, David. Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, guys, how are y'all doing today?
Good, Ronnie.
Hey,
how about
Ronnie.
you?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to kind of follow up with you about the Anders Carlson thing. He just seems like he's lost his mojo, or either he's still hurt from the surgery he had. And I watch him, and it looks like he's got the distance, but he's consistently pulling field goals to the right. And he just can't put him in the end zone anymore.
It's true. I mean, I don't know if it has something to do with the plant leg that he's pushing, you know, it seems like most of them to the right, if he doesn't trust the leg, or if it's the big brace on there. But he's not the same kicker that he was. There's no question about it.
No, I think he's, God bless him, he's done good for us, but he's really kind of put us in the hole a few times this year. And I agree with the comment you made. We've got to I think the kid is a 4-star kicker sitting on the bench. I believe sooner or later you've got to give him a chance if he can't put them in the end zone, because that really hurt us in the Mississippi State game. Hurt us bad.
Ronnie, kickers are fragile. It's a different deal with kickers. Maybe from a confidence standpoint, we're just going to ride with Anders for the rest of the season. But like Andy's point, why don't we let McPherson at least kick off? Because I know he can get that thing in the back of the end zone, and that killed us Saturday. The 2 kickoff returns that I remember, one went for about 40 yards, and of course the other one went the distance. And if he kicks those in the end zone, neither one of those are returned. So, the only thing we could do is wonder what the Auburn coaching staff is thinking. But I'm with Andy. I don't think there's anything wrong with his leg strength. I think it's a plant leg issue, and it's in his head now.
I was trying to tell, and I couldn't trying to see if he still has a leg brace on.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
I guarantee you that's kind of in his mind, in his head right now, that's some of his issues is just that's bothering him on that plant leg. But anyway, maybe we'll be able to take out A&M this weekend.
So, Lord, I hope so.
Hope so. Man, thanks for the
guys.
call.
Have a good
day. Appreciate it. Thank you for the phone call. Tonight, you got you said you're going to the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can give us a report tomorrow if you want. Call in.
I will.
Me and Randy. Hopefully, gets off to a nice start. 2022-2023 season.
22-23. Yeah, and it's Andy, we've been sitting here. When's basketball get here? Of course, now we've got renewed enthusiasm with the football. On top of that, you got basketball. The other thing, Auburn just came off of their little World Series, orange versus blue. Orange takes game 3 to defeat the blue team, so orange gets steak, and I think blue has to serve them.
Oh, is that
That's
right?
what they do, yeah. So a lot of things to look forward to. Women's basketball starting this week as well.
Yeah.
So I think tomorrow night they've got a game. So.
Auburn volleyball had kind of run into a wall, and they got spanked about three times in a row, but I think they finally came back and got back on the winning ways.
They beat Texas A&M 3-1. That's right.
So that's good for them.
Yeah.
So on this day, it is November the 7th. One of the Auburn greats, Greg Olson, in 1989, became the first relief pitcher to win the American League Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. Greg Olson, Rookie of the Year. 1991, on this day, remember it well. I'm sure everybody does in the sports world. Magic Johnson announced that he had contracted HIV and was retiring from the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the time, I thought, that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
He is, he's going to be – he's not going to be with us in a couple of years. Yeah. And how sad this is, that this great sports star. Yeah. But, of course –
heart-wrenching press conference and announcement. Yeah.
But here we are 20 years later, 30 years later, what am I saying? 30 years later, and, that's barely even a conversation.
Yeah.
He looks, as healthy as he's ever looked.
Does.
And, it's amazing what modern science and
that's right.
can get right occasionally. So that's a good thing. On this day, happy birthday to Jim Cott, 16-time Gold Glover.
Wow.
Pitcher, Hall of Fame pitcher, Jim Cott. Did a lot of announcing, too. Did some World Series, if I remember. Joni Mitchell, one of your favorites?
Help me, I think I'm falling. Isn't that her?
I don't know.
In love again?
Is that her?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. You try. I'm a Led Zeppelin guy. You're Joni Mitchell.
That's right. Andy was rocking Led Zeppelin on his phone when I came in today. So.
1943, Joni Mitchell. Joe Niekro, less famous than his older brother Phil. Billy Gillespie.
Was he a knuckleballer?
No,
Joe?
well, I'm not sure if he was a knuckleballer or not. Billy Gillespie coached Kentucky for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Really good at A&M. Got fired at Kentucky.
That's right.
Christopher Knight, Peter Brady. Peter Brady is 65 years old.
Ouch.
Peter Brady is 65 years old.
Same age as me.
And King Kong Bundy, if he was still alive, would be 65 years old. But he's no longer with us. Imagine that. King Kong Bundy, rest in peace. For David, I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.